So, welcome back to another episode, and I thought I'd get outside and get away from the computer and, all the reading and watching videos and all the E3 hoopla, and there's a hell of a lot this year. And I thought I'd just sum up some of my final thoughts about E3 and all the conferences and what I really think about it coming out of it. Let's get it out of the way. First of all, what an E3. Shenmue, Final Fantasy VII, those are the stuff of legends like The Last Guardian. Things like that's a Triforce right there. I was talking to Alpha Megasin the other night about it. He called it the Triforce, and I was like, yes, it is the Triforce. And what a shock that was. I thought Microsoft had a pretty strong conference. Sony blew everybody's fucking minds. That was a lot of stuff. I've written down some notes, some other things to go through. Street Fighter V, they showed a few more characters, Cammy and Birdie. It was cool to see that. And a beta they're going to do on July 23rd. So, yeah, I'll be around for that. Hopefully I can get involved in that. No Man's Sky looked interesting. It looked very vast to me. So vast that I might... Am I able to do all of this game? The game is offering so much exploration, so many planets. To me, I was a little overwhelmed by it. I was like, wow, there's so much you can do in the game. So it's still a fascinating demo at this point. I can't wait to see more of it as they develop it. It's been going for a little bit of time already. Dreams was very interesting, where you can create your own dreams and they come alive and you draw them. Wow, that was an interesting concept. Is it the kind of game that I would buy? I don't know. It's the kind of game I'd love to download as a demo and give it a shot to see what it's all about, but it looked fascinating. It looked very artsy, very, very interesting in that regard. But I don't know if I'll personally buy that game, but I'll definitely give it a shot. Obviously, a Destiny expansion. I think it was the Taken King. So that looks kind of cool. I know Rob would really like that. I kind of jumped off the Destiny bandwagon a while ago. I thought it was a cool game, but just the level grinding was a little heavy for me. I didn't think it was going to be like that. I thought you just be able to gain levels. Normally, I didn't know it would be all based off equipment. I got no problem with that, but the game was a lot different than I thought. I think I thought it was going to be a lot more vast in scope. And they keep adding levels, and I think the game eventually will be what they advertised it as. Rob loves Destiny. He's in love with the game. I think it's pretty good. So another game they announced was World of Final Fantasy. What were my thoughts on that? It's a super deformed Final Fantasy game, and they've come out and said that they want it to appeal to everybody, from young people to old people to idiots like me. So what did I think about it? At first I looked at it and it kind of turned me off. I was like, wow, this is kind of cutesy, kind of kiddish in a way, but it's still very early to tell what the game is about, but I'll obviously it's Final Fantasy, I'll give it a shot, but it's supposed to be a mass appeal Final Fantasy game to get people who have never played Final Fantasy into it. I almost forgot, Horizon Zero Dawn looked unbelievable. I was like, what is this game at first? And great environments, great character designs, really crazy robotic dinosaur-esque creatures, where you're shooting them with a bow and stuff like that. It looked beautiful. It looked like my kind of action game, and it looks like it's got a really huge budget, so I'm in. And I gotta come back and insert this here because I forgot about a very, very important game, a game I never thought we'd ever hear about again. Nier. Now, the funny thing about Nier is, I remember when I was on the Old Gen Gamers, Pete Dover was playing it and loved it, and I went and watched him do a stream on the game quite a few times, and the game looked fantastic, and I bought my own copy of it, and I never got around to playing it. But it was such a cool concept game, but honestly, the game didn't do well. I thought it kind of, dropped off the planet, and nobody would ever, support it, or, it'd never come back from the dead, really. So to see Nier being brought back was a hell of a shock, and I'm telling you, one thing I'm really going to do, I'm going to make a real heads up, go at Nier when I get back. I really want to try to get through the game. I hear it's not that long, a very emotional game. I hear very emotional. I'm looking forward to trying it out, to tackling it. I only started and started killing sheep, but I know that it has so many followers and so many people love the game to death, and I know so many people were happy to hear that the game was back, and I'm looking forward to trying it out, and it's a little ways away from coming out, but yeah, another great game, Nier. Okay, on to some Nintendo games, and the Nintendo conference in general. What did I think about it? I thought it was pretty good. I was kind of upset that they didn't show a lot more Wii U games. I want to see more games, it's not a bad thing. having expectations, but I was hoping to see more Wii U games. I was hoping to see another Metroid game, Wii U, and we didn't get to see any of that. But what we did get to see was Star Fox Zero, and a lot of people are complaining about the graphics. A lot of people are complaining about graphics in general lately, and everybody has a right to do that as well. But I thought the graphics looked good for that style of game, for a Star Fox game. It's interesting as well how your ship could transform, almost like into Valkyrie mode from Macross, where it grows little legs and you can run along. And I know a lot of people were complaining about that, going, I just want a Star Fox game. I just want to fly. I don't want to have land missions and all that. But it looks like they've incorporated it pretty good. But the graphics look perfect for this style of game. I can't say enough. You know, like a lot of people always talk about the Wii U being underpowered. I think they're using it completely in a fantastic way. It looks like Star Fox. Zelda Triforce Heroes looked really good. I like the multiplayer aspect with this game, so I'm always into that. And it's only 3 players, so I'm already imagining me, Kim, and Brian, my friend from Game Deals, all playing this game and having a real good time with it. Hyrule Warriors on the 3DS, we already knew about this, so yeah, it's the same thing. It's the game on the Wii U on the 3DS, so if you like that style of game, you're gonna love this game. Metroid Prime Federation Force, oh my god. So many people are losing their fucking shit online about this game, saying, oh, it's not a real Metroid Prime game, and it looks like a silly sports game. What the fuck is this? And, you know, come on. You know what my reaction is? I just don't give a fuck. I'm just not buying the game. It's not my style of game. But I'm not going to type up online how much I fucking hate it and create petitions to have it removed. Like, really? Go do something else with your life. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, who cares, honestly? It's not a great looking game to me either, but I'm not gonna freak out about it. It's just a fucking video game. You don't like it, you don't have to play it. The Xenoblade Chronicles finally has a date. I think it's December 4th. Fantastic. So there's some good Wii U games coming out this Christmas. We have, you know, Xenoblade, we have Star Fox, so there's a few cool games coming out. They showed a few Animal Crossing games, and there wasn't a lot of details about them that I've looked into yet, so I'll have to still check into that. And last but certainly not least, the new Star Ocean game. Like, let me say, this game caught me off guard. I remember Alpha Megasin was talking about it a couple of months ago when they announced it, and I was like, oh, I gotta look into that, you know. I've never been the biggest Star Ocean fan. I bought the last game on the PS3. I liked it. I thought it was okay, but I've never been a huge Star Ocean fan. But let me tell you, the new Star Ocean game, it just kind of gave me that vibe of old JRPGs. It looked like Phantasy Star. It gave me that kind of feeling. It looked wonderful, and it looked like a game to really get excited about, you know, a JRPG again, looking, you know, giving you that old style feeling and old style flavor, and I was really excited to see that. And to be honest with you, that was one of the gems at the entire E3 for me. It was one that I kind of, you know, as I said, I knew it was kind of out. It had been announced, but I hadn't really seen anything on it, so it was like a bit of a surprise for me. And I really liked that. Also, Hitman looked really good as well. There's so many games to talk about this E3, and you know, to be honest with you, I'm not going to get into who won E3. Was it Sony? Was it Microsoft? Was it Nintendo? I don't fucking care. I don't care. All I care about is a lot of great games were announced, and like some games people have asked for years we got. I can't say that I'm upset. I don't give a shit who won. Did Sony do well? Fuck yeah. Did Microsoft do well? Yeah. Did Nintendo do well? Yeah, they did. And, you know, in the way that they did and what they showed. I personally think for Nintendo, like, hear this, I think they're holding a lot of stuff back for the next, you know, successor to the Wii U. Even Reggie mentioned it. He's like, oh, we'll talk about the new system in 2016. And so, you know, they're working on it. You know, that's where a lot of their focus and development is right now. So, that's I think what's happening with Nintendo. I think a lot of games that probably were coming for the Wii U are getting ported to the next system. That's not crazy talk. That sounds more like reality. As long as we get Zelda Wii U on the Wii U. So what did you guys think of E3 overall? Overall, I just was blown away. I thought it was excellent. One of the best E3s in years. Shenmue, Final Fantasy VII, you know, The Last Guardian. I'm starting how I, you know, ending how I started with some great games and some. I mean, how could you not be happy? I know I'm stinking happy. So, what do you guys think of E3? So, anyways, guys, until next time.